So 2010, you were furloughed, and so what happened after that? How'd that work? How'd that work out for you?
Yeah, so I ended up getting furloughed, and again, nobody in the industry was hiring at the time,
Yeah,
and I didn't have a plan B. My plan A, B, C, and D was all aviation,
yeah,
and aviation at that time nasty hit, and so like I didn't have a plan B to go to, and so I kind of thought I had some money saved up, and I kind of thought, I was like, do something radical. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna, try something that only I can do at this point in time in my career, which at that point was pretty much, stagnant, was on hold. So I ended up moving to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
that's interesting. So how'd that happen? I'm curious. Like, did somebody convince you to drag your ass down to Brazil? Or you're like, I'm just gonna go to Brazil.
Well, so January 2010, I went there for Carnival there, right? I went with a friend of mine
Oh,
who's also a pilot. He was in my new hire class, and we went down there, and I had such a great time. I mean, like I traveled before internationally,
yeah,
but there I just had an awesome time. And I remember saying to myself, like if I had the opportunity, I'd live here.
yeah.
And sure enough,
So you
the
live there?
opportunity presented itself.
Oh man, nice. How long were you there for? How long did you stay in Brazil?
So I was there for about a total of 3 years,
Oh
more or less.
man, you were there.
3 years. I was there for about 2 years. Left back in the States for about a year or so. Then went back for another year to Brazil, and then I finally came back here for good.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
What are some of the foods in
Yeah.
Brazil? Like, what do they eat there? I'm curious. What is
So a lot of it's not very different from like Caribbean food. You know what I mean?
rice and peas? Huh?
It's a lot. Yeah, rice and beans, and chicken, and all all types of pig, and
Yeah, man.
it's yeah, it's not very different from Caribbean food. It's not a lot of spicy anything.
Oh, okay.
You won't, unless you're like in the north of Brazil. They got some spicy foods and whatnot, but not a whole lot of spice or anything. But it's good though. And it's they got something called acai, which is kind of like a smoothie, or I would say smoothie, like kind of like a dessert drink. That's really really popular there.
Asahi.
But yeah, acai. So it's A with the little C with the tail, which makes a double S
Oh,
sound.
okay.
Acai. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool, man.
Like,
Oh, awesome. So Brazil, man, is like I've heard that was in 2010. Like now,
mhm.
I've been told that, man, if you can go to Brazil, you better make sure you have somebody with you that knows the
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, what's your experience with
Oh,
that?
yeah. Brazil is rough. I've actually been fortunate enough not to be robbed there. I've gone there like when my first carnival there. We went with one of her flight attendants, and she ended up getting robbed. She got her little she got her camera stolen, and someone stole her camera right off the beach. And I think it was actually a guy that was like selling like glasses on the beach. Got her camera stolen, and I've had friends like my old ex boss who was from South Africa. I mean, big white guy, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
He stuck out like a sore thumb. He told me he got robbed 3 times in about 2 city blocks. You know what I mean? Like, and Copacabana, yeah, a guy rolled up, was like, give me everything you got. He walked down the block. Another guy pulls up, and like, give me everything you
Oh
got.
no.
It's yeah, I've heard, I've had friends that got robbed, cell phones stolen, and all types of stuff. But I was actually always fortunate. People say that I look Brazilian. Maybe that kind of kept me, below the
That's
radar.
probably yeah. I can
Yeah.
concur with that. Yeah, that makes a little
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, there's a video on YouTube that I saw. Um, as I was doing some research on Brazil, because Brazil have some beautiful women. So I admit it. That's why I was on YouTube. I was looking at that. I'm not gonna pretend, but there's a video on there, a couple of videos, and it shows it was a bunch of kids, and they would just it's crazy. They'll sneak up behind you and they grab your wallets or whatever you had and just take off running, you know. And there's nothing you can do about it. And it's like a organized system, that happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, they're called the term they call are pivetes, but they're like they're street kids. And yeah, a lot of times even like their own parents, or there'll be somebody like a boss, like their boss, that uses these kids to to steal steal stuff. So like for example, like if you're at the beach somewhere, they'll be out in a group, and the guy said, "Yeah, you see that couple over there? You see that guy over there, that gringo or whatever?
Yeah.
Go over, sneak up behind him and get his steal his wallet or whatever. And yeah, like you said, you won't even catch them. They got like superpowers.
Oh man,
I mean,
yeah.
you ever seen like a 4x1 relay team? I mean, they'd take a wallet and like stick, they're passing on to the next.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
they're
Yeah, exactly.
you're not catching them.
Well organized. Yeah, that's crazy.
And if you do catch them, which is probably even worse, the boss is nearby looking, and if he shows up,
Oh, okay.
you can be in bad shape. I had a guy, actually a friend of a friend. He was actually during Carnival at this place called Lapa, which is like where they have like an area full of clubs and bars where the arches are. I don't know if you've seen them. And he was videotaping. He was videotaping these like the samba group, these guys playing instruments, and he had a cell phone out, which is the stupidest move you could make. Big crowd, and some guy reached up and grabbed his cell phone. And well, the guy he noticed that he was holding on to trying to hold on to his phone, and there was a struggle. And all of a sudden, somebody came out of nowhere and just gave him a sock and busted his eye wide open.
No.
Took his cell phone, and he's bleeding all over the place. Yeah, he got pretty jacked up.
So they're stealing. I mean, it's okay. They're stealing his cell phones, even today, and obviously they're taking iPhones and whatnot. And today's, even today you can't get into the iPhones, but they're taking all that stuff from everybody that goes there. Who are they selling it to?
Yeah.
Like where is he going?
A lot of times it's sadly enough, they use it to buy drugs. Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they might resell it, but a lot of times it's to buy drugs. There's still a lot of these things. They go out and they go to the dope, the local dope man, and they say, "Hey, I got this, this iPhone here. How much can you get? What can you give you for it?" And they'll get their, they'll get their drugs, they'll get their fix. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much,
okay.
Pretty much it. Yeah, it's really sad.
So you should meet somebody in Brazil that you, a beautiful Brazilian. I don't know. How do you say that? I'm assuming they got married. Shoot, I probably would have gotten married too.
Yeah. So Brazil, that is, yeah. So yeah, I did. Yes, the women in Brazil are actually very beautiful. Probably some of the most beautiful I've ever seen in my life. Now, Brazilians in general are beautiful, but the cariocas, which is the term they use for the people from Rio de Janeiro, I would probably say are the most prettiest of them all. And a lot of it also has to do with the fact that it's a beach city, so they work out a lot. They take care of themselves because they're very much they're very much sun worshippers.
Sun worshiper, like the actual sun.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not actually worshiping the sun like they see as a god, but in the sense that not in the sense that like they love to go to the beach.
Oh, okay.
And hang out.
Okay, good.
I hold my breath and see it through. 10 steps from falling to the